Welcome back to another episode of Inspiration Talks. I'm very excited about today's episode. I have a very special guest all the way from Australia who is not only a great website specialist, currently works with coaches and authors to grow their profit while simplifying their website marketing so you can work less and earn more. So, in order to know how to earn more and work less, let's welcome her before any delay. So let's welcome Faith Christiansen before any delay. Hi, Faith. How are you doing?
I am great. How about yourself?
I'm also good. So first of all, Faith, thank you so much for being part of Inspiration Talks. So before we start our today's conversation, I would like to know about your childhood. So let's revive some childhood memories. Where were you born? What did you study? Where did you grow up? And what was your favorite subject?
So I grew up in a small rural kind of area. There was a population of about 200 people where I grew up. As a kid, we were very active. We were always in the creek swimming and chasing all the different things around us. In school, my favorite subject, I don't know, writing. I've always been a writer for as long as I can remember. And when I was a kid, I wanted to actually be a preacher, which is so funny because I'm a teacher. So
Okay, so you are a teacher?
I am a teacher now. Yes, I help people to understand how to simplify their business, how to get their tech and their marketing done fast and get back to living the life that they start their business for. So in a way, I became a teacher instead of a preacher.
Okay, Faith. So did you have any favorite childhood memory?
It's so funny because most people wouldn't think of this, but I used to spend a lot of time with my dad. My dad was an entrepreneur and he always had the latest, way to make money going. And I used to spend a lot of time with my dad. So spending time with my dad and my mum, learning skills that would help me so much more are favorite memories, although I got into trouble a lot. I learned computers by breaking them and fixing them before dad could know.
So when you were little, what did you want to be, Faith?
I wanted to be, I spent most of my time teaching my sister maths because she was terrible at it. And then a lot of the time I wanted to be a preacher. So my dad had me up talking to people and singing and that kind of stuff. So I guess mum and dad always thought I'd be a writer or a preacher. They were the two paths that they thought I would run down.
Okay, so how did you end up going into the business field?
It was actually an accident because I got married and my husband and my dad working in a business with me, it didn't go so well. There was a lot of fighting. So I actually moved away from the family business and went out. And with my skills at 21, I was managing a retirement village. So it kind of just became something I fell into because I had been working with dad and developing all the skills. And it just went from there. I went from managing a retirement village and then I went to managing a catering company and managing a personal development company, which was a very big company. So it's just a natural progression.
Okay, so it's like a natural profession. So that's great to know. So what is your idea of business?
You know what? If I could get paid for anything, I would love to be a travel blogger. Traveling the world, meeting new people, inspiring people, and writing books is what I absolutely love doing. I am super good at business, marketing, and tech. So that's where I am now. But I would absolutely love to be that person that travels the world and takes all the photos and meets all the people and writes about it in books.
Great to know. So how much did you invest when you started your own business?
So, okay. I ran a foundation in Africa prior to this one for 5 years, and investing in myself was something that I always did because I knew that if I wanted to be next level, I'd have to invest in myself. So a definitive number, you can get started in this business for $27 a month. Like your website fee, you can get started with this. There's a lot of free softwares out there that can help you to do a lot of things. However, I have spent a lot of money now progressing my skills faster because I believe that you either pay in time or you pay in money. Some people choose to pay in time and they go very slowly, going from one free YouTube video to a free this to a free that. Personally, I pay the money, I figure it out, I sell something in my house or I sell a skill I have, and I make the money so that I can pay for whatever I need to be able to fast track me. But you can get started for $27.
Okay, like one can start with $27. So any tips for making websites? Like there are many websites for the templates such as Wix and WordPress. So what websites would you recommend people to use when they are starting their business in making websites?
So I actually personally hate WordPress and I hate Wix. They're not for the people who are not tech savvy. If you want to be a coder, if you want to have 50,000 things plugged in and hope that none of them break and they all, sure, go for your life. Me personally, I'm a sales funnel builder. I build sales funnels. So I use sales funnel software. So a lot of you probably may know the most popular sales funnel software is ClickFunnels. It's the biggest in the world, a couple of $1 billion, but it can be very clunky to run and it's very expensive. So me personally and my clients, all my clients, we use a different software, which is $27 a month. And in that one software, you can run your email systems. You don't need plugins. You can run your affiliate program. You can run your sales funnel, your websites, your memberships, your subscription, your courses, everything, all in that one platform. And this is a mistake that a lot of people are making is they're trying to do free and cheap. And by doing free and cheap, they're causing themselves so much pressure and stress because platforms like Wix and WordPress, let's be honest, they're not the most friendly for people who are not tech savvy. And like I was saying to you before the interview started, if you want to be able to earn more, you need to be able to charge more. And to be able to charge more, you need to look like you're a high quality brand. When you're using WordPress and it looks cheap and nasty, then you get cheap and nasty clients. When you up level it a bit, and $27 to run, I run a decent business now, and $27 is neither here nor there for me, you know? So yeah. I actually don't want people on WordPress and Wix because it is killing your chances of success. The more that you're stuffing around with your website, the less time you have to actually be out marketing and talking to people to actually sell your services and put the money in your bank account.
That's right. I completely agree with you. So here comes another question. Don't you think that clients look over the experience of the people mostly rather than, like, for example, if someone is a beginner and they charge more, but you don't have much experience, like you don't have much portfolio, so the client won't prefer you. What about this? What would you like to say on this?
The one thing is you need to up level your skills, right? Before I got clients, I was running a foundation in Africa. Now, I had skills, obviously, in marketing because I had to market my foundation, but I didn't have skills specifically to sales funnel. So I took courses that helped me to up-level my graphics, right? To be able to make nicer graphics. Because at the end of the day, if you have a nice layout and you have super high quality graphics, which you can get in Canva, then you are ahead of a lot of people. They have crap, it's all heavy words. So it's about studying. It's putting the time in to up level your skills and having someone who can guide you. Like I have a template for clients that shows them in a very basic capacity how to use the platform that I promote. So giving them a template, they're already ahead of the game. Showing them how to use Canva, for instance, they're already ahead of the game. So it is, I mean, I didn't start at what I charge now, which on average is about $5,000 a client. I didn't start there. I started at $197 and I wanted to shoot myself a lot because it was so painful. But having said that, I learned that I didn't want to charge $197 and I worked my backside off to get the skills to not charge $197 anymore.
Okay, so is it necessary to know coding for making websites? Because usually many people learn coding before in order to enter this field of website making. Yep,
you don't need to know coding. I still to this day cannot code. I hate it with a passion. I mean, I know basic CSS stuff to make it look pretty, like really basic stuff, but you don't need to code. This is where having a good platform comes in. I have a sales funnel software. It's drag and drop. I can put this picture in, add this text, right? So no, you don't need to be able to code. I can't code and I make $5,000. And I actually think you're doing your clients a disservice when you build a website that is coded, because your clients can't code. So you give them a website that they can't edit. It gives you a bad reputation. Whereas I give clients a website and they can edit it because they can drag text themselves. They can drag an image themselves. So actually coding websites for clients is sabotaging your client's success, because if they need to change a word or they need to move a picture, it's coding, it's complicated, and they hate you for it.
That's right, coding is really hard, and the clients can even not know. If they don't have knowledge of coding, they will not be able to edit anything. But as you said, the templates which you give them is very useful, so that's great to know. So Faith, how to earn more and work less by doing business, which requires more. Usually business requires more than 12 hours and people have to work a lot while doing their own business, as compared to those who do a regular job from 9 to 5 p.m. Do you think is it worth to have one's own business rather than doing a regular job by earning more and working less?
Yes. So my sister works as a security guard here in Australia, and she gets paid pretty decently. She gets probably about $30 to $40 an hour on average. And I earn triple of her and work a lot less hours with a lot less stress. And the thing that I say to all my clients, I believe every single one of you have at least a $500 offer in you. Now, if your goal is to make $5,000 a month, then you need to know how to sell 10 of them every single month. And a lot of people make the mistake of they put so much in a package that, one, it overwhelms the clients, so the clients don't take action and they don't get the results, but two, it overwhelms you. Whereas if you strip it back, what are the steps that you need in the fastest way possible to get your clients results? Everybody has at least a $500 package in them. I know it. Most people have at least a $2,000 package in them. So if you have a goal of $5,000, you need a package that's not $27. Because if you do the math on that, that is a lot of people you have to help every single month. It's a lot of people that you have to talk to convert each month, right? So the secret to earning more and working less is raising your skills as fast as possible to charge more. And then get better at marketing and sales so that you, instead of having to talk to 10 people to get a yes, you talk to 5 people. You up-level your skills. So they're the two biggest secrets. Charge more for your service, because let's be honest, a lot of people, especially people in third world countries, seriously undervalue themselves. They seriously undervalue themselves, and they're not charging their worth because they believe they're not worth it because of a destination where they're born. They may outrank me in skills. They may outrank me in work ethic, but they don't have the confidence to charge what I charge. And they're trying to overdo it. Like they're over including this and this and this and this. And it takes them so much time to do it that they lose their time freedom. So simplify. What's the tangible result you can get for clients? How fast can you get them there? Because the more complicated you make it, the less likely the client will have results. And if you can get the client results, you can charge more. When you charge more, you work less. And little story. When I was selling websites, I was selling them when I first started for $197, and I hated it. Then I was like, I'm going to charge $397. That's a lot better. It's 3 times the price, or 2 times, whatever. It's so many times the price. And I still hated it. Then I went to $997. I hated it, but it was better, right? The jump between $900 and $3,000 was one thing, me asking for it. That's it. One day I had enough, and I had a coach that told me the next person that come to me, I had to charge them $2,997. No difference in the package, Nothing else different except me asking for a higher price, which I was worth, like you are. They paid it. I was so shocked. I had been working for 197 and 400 and 900, and someone just paid me 3,000. And I just eliminated a whole bunch of other customers, because the difference between 3,000 and 300 is 10 extra people I have to work on.
That's right. Moving on towards the next question. How to level the skills?
So what I do is I look for people who already have the skills I want. So, for example, when I was learning to be a funnel builder, I took a number of courses with Russell Brunson, who owns ClickFunnels. I also took, design courses and stuff like that. Find a course you can afford that actually can produce your results. So a tangible result for me was I wanted to learn how to design better with Canva, right? Because I don't want to use Photoshop. Photoshop does my head in. I don't have time to learn it. So I bought a course on Udemy to teach me Canva. Then by the end of that course, I was much better at graphics. I increased my price. When I increased my price, I had more money to spend on the courses. So the first year, a lot of the money I made obviously paid bills and stuff, but the first year I spent a lot of my money up leveling my skills. Now I still do it for fun. Like, I love studying. I'm a nerd, but I don't need to study anymore, you know?
Yeah, I got it. So are there any risks involved while doing business?
Yes, there are huge risks in the sense of a lot of people overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah,
they promise this and they promise this and they promise this and they promise this, and they actually don't deliver half of it. And what happens then is people go to whoever their credit card company is and they do a chargeback. They go to PayPal, they ask for their money back. So it is risky to overpromise and underdeliver. Another thing in business is, you know what? I tried when I shut my foundation because I just couldn't handle the pressure. And that was a 6-figure business at the time I shut it. It was earning decent money. But I went and I tried e-commerce, going to China and sourcing, goods in China and importing. Cost me a couple of $1,000s and I freaking hated it. Hated dealing with China. It was just a nightmare, right? So I quit. Sometimes we start stuff and we invest money.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. And that's okay, because you know what? It's either a lesson or it's a win. So don't ever be afraid to invest. Make sure you invest with the right people, obviously, because there are a lot of people out there who overpromise and underdeliver, right? So make sure you're investing with the right people, but never be afraid to start. Because yes, it is a risk. Starting a business is a risk. Leaving a job is a risk. My sister is still too scared to leave her job, even though I out-earn her by a lot and work a lot less than her because it's her safety net. So you don't have to leave your job. You could start the hustle on the side until it makes the money to securely for you to leave your job, So yes, it's risky, but it's so worth it. Nobody tells me what to do. If I want more money to go on a trip, I work my backside off and I get it. Then I don't have to work that month if I don't want to,
Yeah, I got it. So here comes another question. Why is it important? Why is it so important to simplify the business and marketing?
Problem is that if you're trying to send an email and you're trying to be on TikTok and you're trying to be on Instagram and you're trying to be on Facebook and you're trying to be on LinkedIn and you're trying to get WordPress to link to MailChimp, and there's too many things on your list. You do none of them well. You never get finished. And as a result, you don't make the money. But if you simplify, and I have a very short list I do every single day. And if I did nothing else, that would be perfect. And I would make my own freedom figure. But a lot of people are trying to do too much and be everywhere. And as a result, they're getting nowhere. So it is so important to ditch the fluff in your business, do the activities that produce the highest results, meaning they put the money in the bank account and they impact your clients at the highest level. If it doesn't do those two things, it needs to come off your list. Simplify your tech. Get everything that you need into one platform so you don't have plugins and this and that to worry about. Just get it done. And then get to marketing and have a very smart plan when you're marketing as well.
That's right, I completely agree with you. So let's move towards let's imagine and inspire. So Faith, if you win a lottery ticket, for example, infinite amount of money, how would you spend that money?
Actually, you know what? I would travel. I would go out and explore all different parts of the places. I would write books. I would also restart my foundation in Africa. At the moment, I don't have the headspace to do it all on my own, but I would restart it and help people. And in Australia here, we have a big housing crisis at the moment. So I would build tiny homes for domestic violence victims that are leaving, domestic violence, so that they have somewhere safe that they can go. That's affordable.
Yeah, that's great. All the best for it. So if you had a chance for a time machine, would you prefer to go in your past or near future?
Future, for sure. I don't believe that ever going into our past, there's no point in going into the past. But going into the future, we can be inspired. We can see the amazing things that are going to happen for us. And we can start to craft a life that goes towards that future. The past is done.
Yeah, that's right. So if you could live anywhere for one whole year, what country would you choose?
So I own a business in Australia. I also own a US business. So I would love to go and spend a year traveling the US. But I also would love to go into Europe, like Switzerland and places like that, because I love the cold and snow, which makes me a freak. Everybody loves heat, but I love cold. So I would love to spend time in the US and also in Europe traveling.
Okay, that's great to know. All the best for you. So Faith, how is your career progressing right now?
I am actually genuinely very happy where I am. I earn my financial freedom. It might not be your financial freedom figure, but I earn what I am happy with, and I have the ability to take a course or draw or read or walk the dog or whatever. I have time as well. So I'm happy where I am.
Okay, so what struggles did you face to overcome by who you are today?
The biggest struggles I think a lot of people face is their confidence and overcoming imposter syndrome. When you start to up level and you want to charge more, the biggest thing to charging more, obviously, other than skills, is confidence. Confidence. You have to be able to open your mouth and ask for it and shut up and let them talk. So I struggled a lot with confidence and imposter syndrome. Like, why would anyone buy from me? I'm not the big all expert. And you know what? You don't have to be. You just have to be a few steps ahead of whoever you're helping. Everybody has a genius zone. Everybody has something they're good at that they've worked out. Like a friend of mine has worked out how to train outrageously naughty puppies, right? Yeah. That's her thing. That's what she loves to do. So everybody has a genius zone, and just having confidence and belief in yourself is so key to being able to earn more and work less and live happy.
That's right. I completely agree with you, Faith. So what are your future goals? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So I'm waiting for my daughter to click over into 18. She's 16 at the moment. So when she clicks over into 18, I am going to hit the road. Like, I want to be a digital nomad. And that's one of the reasons that I built my business in the way that I have. I can pick up my laptop and my computer and my phone, and I can hit the road and go wherever I want to. So I would love to be able to be a digital nomad and travel all over the place, inspiring people and showing them that business and marketing and tech and life in general doesn't have to be hard.
That's right. So Faith, any advice for those who are looking forward to start their own business?
Get started. Because if you don't start and you don't launch, you can never win. And 5 years from now, you'll be wishing that you had started. So get started. And you know what? Done is the new perfect. You're not going to be perfect when you start, but guess what? You can get better. Invest in yourself, ditch the TV, start to read books, up-level your skills, up-level your mind, because that is truly what will make the difference. You can have all the skills in the world, but if up here is broken, you're going to struggle. right? So
Yeah.
fix up here, start to invest in yourself, and just go for it, and know that you're not going to be perfect. And that's okay, because you got to suck first, and then you'll go to bad, and then you'll be okay, and then you'll get better, and you will be awesome eventually. But if you don't start, you won't ever get there.
That's right, I completely agree with you. So it was great talking with you, Faith. Here is a small gesture from me to you.
Thank you very much for the mug. I have literally on my desk, I have a drill, and I have, let's pretend I have a mug.